All right. Hello, my beautiful people. Today I'm going to be playing Redfall live, and I'm going to be talking about a couple of things about Redfall and stuff like that. Um I played it for a couple of hours each and every night. Um I don't know, man. I got to be honest, I'm kind of enjoying it. I wouldn't sit there and say like, oh, this worth $70. I will tell you right now, fuck no, it does not worth $70 at all. Like, definitely not at this state. Knowing the current issues that it has, because I'm gonna be talking about the good and the bad, what I like about the game, what needs to be addressed and fixed and stuff. Um, but other than that, I just like this game because of the fact that it's not trying to be like Destiny. I know this is like a looter shooter, but it's not trying to be like Destiny, which I absolutely like this game for that because I don't want it to feel like a Destiny where I'm just like constantly like running around all this stuff. We'll get into more of that once we play the game and stuff. I'll talk about it and stuff, but I am going to give you my overall thoughts and give you some good things that I like about it, bad things what I like about it, what I played, and things that I wish that hopefully it can be fixed or addressed and stuff like that. What Arkane needs to do, but I'm gonna just tell you right now. The truth of the matter it is that it's definitely not worth $70 at all. Not in this state. Definitely got some performance issues, frame rates and stuff like that. I'm playing it on PC, and I got it on Game Pass on PC. Um, but yeah, I feel bad for the people that brought this day one on on PC. That's why you gotta be very careful with your money and stuff. You know, I will never try to uh whatchamacallit. Oh man. Oh shit. I'm sorry about that. Hold on. Let me yeah. My headphones like kind of died. I don't know why. Let me go put this away real quick while I'm getting me new headphones. Do apologize for that. Gonna get my over the ear headphones to throw on. Should able to work. Okay, there we go. Much better. Got my nice little over the ear headphones. Do apologize for that, but yeah. So what basically this video and this live stream is about. I'm going to be playing the game. I'm going to be talking about some things and stuff. Um, what I was talking about, like again, I can talk all inch a lot that I only pay for Game Pass. I'm not gonna make the Game Pass as whatever excuse or not excuse. It is unacceptable to release a game like this, knowing the state that it is in, but finding out that for one, when I heard about the always online connection, the 30 frames, when you start to hear that, that's how you know it starts to become like problems. And you know, like again, you gotta be smart with your money and stuff, and not try to be one of those day one people. I've been playing games for a very long time, so I normally don't throw money down on any game day one. I usually wait, see the review, see gameplay first, see what they're doing, like gameplay video that you someone that you can actually trust, and a reviewer that you can actually trust that's not a fanboy or capid like Dreamcast guy and all that stuff. I want a real actual opinion from a real respectable reviewer that plays the game 100% it, and you can get someone honest opinion about the game. You know what I'm saying? But for me, since I've been playing games for many, many years, you know, back on the PlayStation or the old Super Nintendo to now, right? Went to PlayStation, PlayStation 2, after PlayStation 2, Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One, and then now I'm on the PC. Like, that's my final stop for me. But yeah, I'm just gonna give you my opinions, my overall thoughts about it. Talk about some things, debunking some things and stuff like that. That I find in some reviews. Some reviewers said like this is such a bad game. I don't think so. I think the reviewers are like over exaggerating like how bad it is, because it is a playable game even with the performance and the pop-ins and the AI problems. Graphically, I know it's not looking amazing, but even with the art, you know, the design, the aesthetics that they put into this, I really like this. This is like something that, you know, I just want to chill out and just play a looter shooter on my own, and you know, I don't want no crazy bullshit and all that shit. I could just literally sit back and enjoy myself. Okay, so without that being the way, let's go into this game and let's play this. Now, I did pass the first part of it, with the boat scene and stuff. I haven't went outside yet, so I did the fire station part. So we're gonna continue on to that point on forward. So this is where the game is at now. So let's go into settings. I think a lot of people want to see that first. What do I think about the settings and gameplay, what it has? The settings on here is pretty basic. I wish there was a little bit more options to it, but you know, this is what I've been playing on. You know, again, you know, I know a lot of people might have that problem where, like, you get that, you know, if you go into settings and you turn off a lot of this shit, it'll make the experience a lot better. Like, again, I'm not excusing it. It do need some patches. It still needs some work. I hold Arkane responsible for that because they the ones who released this game in this state, knowing that it should not be in this state. But there's certain things I think a lot of reviewers was talking about in terms of like how, like, oh, the in-game tutorial and how it takes up this big giant screen or whatever. If you go into these settings and you look through them, you can really turn off a lot of the shit to make sure the game is much more enjoyable in the experience. You know what I'm saying? Because right here, it tells you right here, the in-game tutorials, I have that shit off. So any tutorial and all that shit, if it takes up too much of your screen, especially from the beginning of the game, you don't want the tutorial shit, you can go into the settings right away and turn that shit off. That's exactly what I did. Menu cursor function, I don't know, like, you know, it depends, like, you know, the speed of it. So if you want to put it up higher or whatever, lower, whatever the case, I don't know, the menu function cursor, I'll put it at 0. Menu cursor sensitivity, you could turn this up if you want. Make it a little bit faster, a little bit slower, doesn't matter. It's up to you. I'm gonna just leave this at a 0.1, and I'll leave the cursor function about a 0.5. Menu cursor aim assist, you could turn it off. So if you don't like the snap or anything like that, you can literally turn that off. So that's what I did. So, like, again, it says object highlighted, I turn this off. If it's talking about interactions and stuff like that, that's what I did. Enable camera shake, I disable that. Head bobbing, I turn that off. Display damage number, disable, enable. Floating numbers over enemy heads, I turn that off because I don't like that shit. So at least that's one part of it, and then you got your difficulty right here. So there's gameplay. Audio works the same way. Again, you don't want voice chat and all that stuff. You can turn it off. I'm playing it on single player, so since I'm doing this live stream, I put the music down to 25. I put this about 50, so then everybody can hear me while I'm playing the game. With the voice. I have my mic and stuff like that, and you can still hear the gameplay in the background. So I put it at 50. Whatchamacallit? Video. So here's the part where you're probably not going to have a really great experience, especially if you're on the console. I'm sorry. You're probably going to be uncapped on 30 on the console. It's probably fluctuating and stuff. They didn't cap it on 30 on console. That's what I heard from a couple of people. But since I'm playing it on PC, I don't have the best graphics card. So it's not like I'm running like a 4090 series, or I'm running like a 79, the XT model from AMD. I'm only running a 6700 non-XT. That's the graphic card that I'm running. The CPU that I have is a Ryzen 9 3900X. Okay, the third generation, not the fifth generation one. And I also have 32 gigs of RAM, 3000 megahertz. So that's what I'm running with RAM speed, that plus this, and I'm running it off of a NVMe, probably third gen drive. I'm guessing at that. I know I don't got the latest gen whatever, so that's what I'm running off this game off of. So just letting you know, you're probably gonna have a bad experience on the console. So if you're playing it on the console, I don't think it's worth playing on the console. If you want to try it, I mean, you could go ahead and try it, and maybe some of the settings, that if it does have options like turning off motion blur, turning off certain things, could help. But I don't think it's gonna help with everything. So I mean, you can give it a try. But if you're on the PC, at least you got a little bit more options. But so far, what I heard, that makes the experience a little bit more better for right now, until they bring out another patch to make it even better. I put it on full screen. I'm playing it on 1080p, and I put VSync on, off. Usually I will have it on, but for this case, since this is kind of fucked up, which I had a problem with this even when I was playing Atomic Heart, and Atomic Heart had a lot of issues, especially popping and frame rates. Atomic Heart really did have a lot of issues. It's no different from here. But even in Atomic Heart, I had to put the VSync off because it wasn't really working with VSync. So I turned it off. This one is going to be the same way. I'm going to turn this off. It will help. If you want to turn the field of view up and down, it's totally up to you. But again, if you increase the value, it will cause performance impact and stuff like that. I think the default was 90. I put it down to 75 for me. So that's where I'm at. Turn off motion blur, HDR, caliber adjusted, and I have epic quality, epic, or you can put it down to high visually. And I think this is another problem too, that if you started to see the game look bad, I mean, in terms of like texture popping, and again, I'm not excusing the game, I'm not excusing it, but I'm just throwing it out here as a mental note to anyone. If you see a reviewer and you looking at the game and it looks really, really fucking ugly, I think a lot of people are capping on that, because if you put this to like low quality and then you step outside in the world, it will look like uglier than dog shit. Like, it really do. But if you put it between high and epic settings with like a decent graphics card, or even just a low end graphic card, like not super low end, we're talking about like a $300 graphic card, like a 6600 or a 3060, like a 3060, maybe a 3050 on high, you should be okay, and it should look a lot better to run that. But anything lower than that, you're not going. You're going, if you put this quality settings to fucking either medium and low, it's going to look garbage. So if you start to see a lot of those ugly textures and certain little things like that, I think most of those fucking people are capping and they're just making the game look bad for themselves. If you put it on high settings, you adjust it like this, it's going to make the game looks good. Like, again, I'm not sitting here stating that, oh, this is next generation gaming, because it's definitely not next generation gaming whatsoever. It's definitely not. This is running off of Unreal Engine 4. And if you don't know what Unreal Engine 4 is, it's not like Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 4 has problems developing games in open world environment. So again, I don't know whether this been developed during that time in ZeniMax. Probably this was a project that was in development during ZeniMax, before Microsoft took over. Again, it's not an excuse. I'm just throwing it out there because I know a lot of people might say, who is to blame for this? Like, is it Phil Spencer? Is it Microsoft? Is it Arkane Studio itself? Or is ZeniMax? Like, I'm just throwing out, like, what this could be the reason why they ran this game on Unreal Engine 4 is the fact that this game was in development under the ZeniMax before Xbox purchased Bethesda, and this game was developed underneath Unreal Engine 4. Because if they were to develop this game in a more later, they probably would have had it in under Unreal Engine 5. You know what I'm saying? Around that time, but I don't think that wasn't the case because this is running on Unreal Engine 4. So, just letting you know, and upscaling doesn't do anything. So even if you try to upscale it to there or Intel, it's just not going to really do all that much. So I'm going to disable the upscaling. Leave the overall quality to high and everything else. You will have a a more better experience than you would to put it on low or medium, because if you put it on low or medium, it's just going to make the world look ugly like dog shit. That's for that. That's for video. Mouse and keyboard, again, you could keybind certain things and stuff. I don't really mess with, mouse and keyboard. I'm playing with the controller, as you can see on the screen, so I don't need to mess with that. Controller, now again, you can keybind certain things, but again, the sucky part about it is the fact that the one thing I think they do need to fix, and also to be able to do, is the weapon cycling should be keybind as well, especially for a modern shooter. Maybe they could patch that in where I can recycle 2 of my main weapons, and then my third weapon will be a double tap Y to, or a tap and a hole to get to, like, take out my pistol or my third weapon instead of recycling through all 3 weapons. Now for me, it doesn't matter for me because I remember those days when I had to recycle 3 weapons, so it was old school. This is more like old school playing, so I don't mind it. But I know for a lot of people, they might find it being more annoying as fuck. For me, I can deal with it. But if this is something annoying as fuck, I'm sorry to say this, but they definitely need to patch something like that in here to have, like, different weapon slots to cycle, or just have 2 weapon cycles that you can cycle back and forth. But at least, like, the third and final weapon, like, slot can be like a tap Y and hold the Y button, so you can take out the pistol one. I think that would be a lot better for everyone, and that would be a lot better for me. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, they don't have it. But if you do want to change this, you fucking can. So it's really up to you, and you could change certain stuff. So there's that. It's pretty basic. Just letting you guys know. Accessibility again. You know, you could change certain stuff on here. I usually turn off stuff that I do not need and stuff. Notice duration. I put it towards short. Accessibility reticle off. Colorblind filter intensity. You know, you can turn that up and down. Filter off. Font scaling, I do appreciate this. Thank you, because if you really cannot see from, let's say, like this, like it's too small for you, and you want to bump it up, you could bump it up to high, like 150, which you could see it clearly, or you could bump it down. I kept it at 120. Um, Other than that, I think that's the only issue that I have with the controllers and stuff like that in terms of settings, and they might need to put a little bit more in here. Other than that, you know, you got your achievements and stuff. Would you like to? Yes. And there's your archive. You got your mission right here if you need to. You know, you can set a waypoint, stuff like that. Here's the map and stuff, which I'm gonna say this right now. I'm glad that they have a map like this and have markers pop up as the world as you going along, instead of just having like 10 million map markers. I fucking hate it. I fucking hate map markers with a passion. It's just, I just hate it. I don't know whether or not I can get rid of map markers, but hopefully there's an option in here that I could. But for right now, I don't see that happening. So hopefully in the future, if they are going to put more things to do, give us the option where we could just turn off map markers in here that I do not fucking want to see. Then here's your skill tree, and a lot of people say that the skill tree is lackluster, and I can get behind that. As also pretty true as well, because it just gives you like basic shit and stuff, but it's not really a skilled tree, because you gotta unlock certain things. Like you gotta have all three of this to get this. You know, if you don't get this, you can't get that, so you really have to level up the skill tree. And since I do have a point and stuff, I'm going to have additional sniper rifle ammo. This is additional storage for handgun and shotgun ammo. See what I mean? Like, here's an additional storage for... Oh, okay. See, assault rifle and stuff. Is either this, or should I do this one? I'm gonna do this one, because usually I always go with more ammo for this. And then here's your loadout right here. I don't think you can unequip it. You can open a book bag. I don't know if this is like true or not. And there's costume. Yeah. Sorry about that. But yeah, but here's all the weapons and stuff and stuff like that. I don't think... Okay, so yeah, you can salvage... You can salvage the weapon, so if you have multiple weapons and stuff, you don't want one, you can get rid of it. Yada yada yada. So like this, if I got shotgun 3, I'm gonna put that here. It's just like, if I don't want my pistol to be my first one, I usually put that towards the bottom. So what I do is like this. I just put this right here, and then I'm going to put my pistol. I'm going to put this pistol down here. And then if I want the first if I want the sniper rifle. So I'm gonna put the pistol down here. I'm gonna keep the shotgun in the middle, and then I'm gonna put the sniper rifle first. That's how my loadout will be. So, and then what I'm going to do is salvage this. I'm gonna get rid of this. Don't need this. Weak ass shotguns. I don't need it. So now I just got this, this, and this, which is fine. And there's all your stuff right here. And then, you know, whatever. I think as you go along, you can unlock more outfits and different character outfits. So, which that's cool. And, yep. And that's about it. But yeah, it sucks that, yes, you have to cycle through each weapon. Since I'm old school, I kind of been knowing how to deal with this shit. But luckily for this one, at least like back then, it used to be like mandatory, like you'll have like your assault rifle, a shotgun or sniper rifle in the middle, and then like your pistol will be like your last thing for the cycle. Luckily for this, at least you can like move these around. So if you don't want the shotgun to be first, you can put the shotgun, you know, for last. You can put the pistol first, a sniper rifle in the middle. So you could rearrange this shit, which I do like. At least like you could rearrange it versus I don't want to rearrange this shit. The only sucky part is you can't unequip it. So that's one thing they do need to patch in. If anything, they need to patch that in so I could just say I don't want this. I can unequip it. I'm gonna just unequip it. You know. But they don't have that. So, which is crazy. Open backpack for details. Expand it. See, change it. So yeah, you can rearrange this shit. So if I want this to be here, I could do that. If I want this to go back here, boom. If I want this for last, I'm gonna put that for last. But it has this little thing right here. I don't know what this is for, but it seems like you can unequip it, but I don't think you can do it. I'm not sure. Oh, okay, so yeah, you can compare shit. Yeah, you can't salvage this unless it's something else. Alright. Alright. So there's that. And then I can move around my character. Cool. Alright. Hold on for like 1 minute. I'll be right back. Let me just get something real quick. All right, I'm back. All right, let's continue on with this. All right. All right. So, I'm at the firehouse right now, right? Now, I played this game already and I can tell you like the texture pops up is ridiculous. Like, you know, some of the textures you have to wait till it loads in. Like this is like low resolution. It takes a minute to like pop in or even longer. It looks crazy. Also, the another problem I think a lot of people are also having, which is true, that the fact that these characters don't really talk, which they should be talking, but this is all they get. And
Goodbye, Joe.
Goodbye, Joe.
you know, like that's all they can really talk. So if you only got one interactions with them, so they don't really talk and talk a lot of stuff or whatever. And some just be a little bit stiff and they stay in the spot.
Hi. What's up?
I don't know. I gotta say, like, in terms of like the character design and stuff like that, it's just it looks like pretty much like Dishonored. But Dishonored has a different, you know, like art style and the way how you know characters look and stuff. This almost looks like pretty much like you know we got just Dishonor.
Everyone's safe and supported.
Yeah,
Help out if you can.
this almost looks like basically Dishonored characters in Redfall. That's pretty much how I feel. Uh, but yeah, texture popping and stuff is a problem. Characters itself is not bad looking. Like honestly, like I I don't find these characters to be like, oh my god, it looks so hideous. Like how like let's say we was talking about like in terms of
Watch your asses.
whatchamacallit, like character models and stuff like that, like it doesn't look like hideous, you know, like Cyberpunk 2077. So I'm not seeing where it's like, oh my god, these characters look ugly. I think in terms of like animation and the lack of talking, those are problems. But in terms of like the characters, like how they look, like design wise, they're not like hideous. They're not like Cyberpunk where you was walking down the street and then all you see is like a like a PlayStation 2 blob character, you know, like you're not having those type of issues or problems. Like so far I'm liking the character design, how it looks and stuff, and how they did with the interiors. Like again, like the decorations here, right? This here. Now every mission, I think a lot of people also overlook that every mission that you complete and you go back into the firehouse, things will change. Things will add in here, things will take away, characters will be in a different spot. They'll be talking about certain things and stuff and saying certain stuff. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't see there's a problem. Like, you know, like again, they're adding there. It doesn't feel like oh, like it's empty and they don't put enough detail. Like, there's plenty of details in here. Like, there's plenty of details that I see. Like, I don't think is on the level. Like again, I don't think is on the level like Cyberpunk or if we was talking about Horizon Forbidden West. But I will say it's a step down a bit from. I think it's like you know when the first game of Destiny, like when that game came out on the 360, it's pretty much on that level, maybe a little bit more better in terms of detail, but it's nowhere near like how like probably like Destiny 2 and stuff like that. But in terms of like the world itself and the details and stuff,
We could have died.
it don't
Glad the Reverend
it doesn't
fled.
feel like lackluster. It does have some details in here. It does have a world. And you can see the characters looking at me. So if I go this way, it looks... So characters do follow me, but again, the animations, like I can sit here and say, like look pretty stiff. Like they don't like move around. They don't like whatever.
I'll be here if you
So that's really is the problem. Let's go downstairs here before we go outside. Like again, like maybe this will be a problem, but in terms of that, he's just fixing a pipe and stuff. You know, and it sucks. Like it's just the characters not really talking or saying anything back, and stiff, whatever. But characters designed and how they look, I don't really have an issue. Maybe like certain things like there's no shadow for this, and you know, casting shadows. But other than that, it has details. So it has stuff in here that you could look around, you know, and stuff like that. So I don't think it's completely fucking empty. It does have detail. You do see it. And I get the one thing I can sit here and say, okay, so this is our mission debrief, which we're going to be doing anyway. So I don't see what the problem is. You know, the one thing I could say that is a problem is the lack of like animations, like in terms of like you don't see the character's arms and stuff like that, or climbing wise or whatever. That could be a bit of a problem with people and stuff. Like again, let's take this fire pole for example. I can slide down the fire pole, but you're not. You can hear it and stuff, but you're not gonna get the hands like sticking out and grabbing the fire pole and sliding down and stuff. You're not gonna get that. So, watch, you'll see. See, I slide down the pole, but you're not gonna get the animations or the character movement of sliding down the poles. If that's something that is bad, then you know, I get it. Also, this one right here, you can tell, like you see how like this is more flickering and stuff like that. This probably like anti-aliasing, I believe. I'm not, like again, I'm not a PC expert, but this is also problems like this as well. Flickering and stuff. So that's also a problem. But in terms of like the detail, the stuff that they put in here, like in the background and stuff, it do have a lot of details, which I do appreciate and like. So let's do this mission debrief. Well, actually, we already know what our mission. I think we already accepted it. So let's go outside. I think we can do some more out there. But I know the enemy AI. The vampires can put up a fight, but the enemy AI is dumb as shit. No matter what difficulty and stuff. You see something like this, they don't talk back, even if I press X. See? Oh, I have to go up here. That's why. Wait. Talk to Dr. Hunt. Oh, okay, so I gotta talk to the doctor. So I gotta talk to him for that.
Mr. Krausley. Did I say that right?
You did.
My name is Terrence Hunt. I'm a doctor. Used to work at Redfall Regional. I don't want to think about what would have happened if you hadn't shown up. I speak for everyone when I say thank you. I'm taking care of everyone here. Sick, injured, and everything in between. If you need medical supplies, come to me. But only take as much as you need. There are other people here who need help just as much as you. They took over the hospital almost immediately. I appreciate what you've done for us. We need to get the people here safe and secure.
So, medical supplies, I don't really need it, but this one. And that's what I mean about characters, and they're only gonna have 1 or 2 lines and stuff like that.
Devinder Krausley? Weren't you at Green Man Books a few weeks ago?
Yes. I was promoting my latest book. I'm so glad I stayed.
My name is Reverend Eva. Nice to meet you. Sorry it couldn't be under better circumstances. We were at the homeless shelter before this, but... Anyway, I do the organizing around here. Sending people for supply runs, scavenging, getting people to safety. Sometimes they bring back useful stuff. Check the trunk from time to time. Whatever's in there is yours, if we can spare it.
So yeah, so I'm gonna take my lockpicks, and I'm gonna take my this. That's it, full to the rim, got lockpicks. Okay. See, like something like that, where it's like they open up and, you know, like again, like characters are stiff. They don't got a lot of animation movement. They seem standing still. I mean, they still sway back and forth. They're not totally like solid.
We are.
But if you don't really talk to them, like I think they still talk to you. They might say a few things, but they're not. If you try to, you know, like if you really press on it, they're not gonna really do anything.
Dev, right? Don't I know you from somewhere?
I have one of those faces.
Well, we owe you one. I'm Anna, and this is my husband, Joe. You ran into one of those creeps, yeah? Only way to kill him is with a stake to the heart. Makes him pop like a firework. Those loonies, you can take out with a regular gun, though. And we got plenty of those. This stake's free, but you gotta earn the guns out of my stash. Sorry.
She's not sorry.
I ain't sorry. Anyway, nice to meet you.
So yeah, so this is like basically the gun shop, and I could buy certain weapons if I need to, if I got the coin for it. So I need to refresh supply. It's like a reroll. There's also like notes and books you can read as well. So if you want to learn more about the world and the lore of Redfall, that's there, so you can know what's going on and stuff. Scattered throughout the plaything, like a newspaper right here. You can read and stuff if you want to find out more, which is cool. So now we're gonna go to the mission debrief. The casual hunter outfit. So there's that. So this is where the customization comes into play. So if I want that outfit, or I want to mix and match outfits, I can. So let's put on this. There's the casual outfit, so I can wear it. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna do this mission.
I came to Redfall to sell some books, meet some fans. Then, I heard about odd happenings, so I thought I would perhaps look into the local cryptid scene. Instead, I'm running from actual bloody vampires. Elongated maxillary incisors, hemophagic diet, photophobia, the whole deal. Finally found what I've been looking for. Camera's ready, and I'm going to show the internet, and therefore the world, that I was right after all. But these cryptids are out here trying to hurt and kill people. Can't let that stand. Especially since it seems none of us is getting out of Redfall anytime soon. We had no chance on that ferry. Not when they can hide the sun and roll up the ocean like an old rug. Going to get out there and scrounge for supplies to help these people establish a safe haven. I'll do my part, as I always have, and delve into this darkness.
Mm-hmm. Alright, now I'm gonna go out to this world. And again, this is a looter shooter. But I think a lot of people are playing this like a Destiny.
Sorry, I'm spacing out today.
You know, never play this game like a Destiny game. Never do that. It's not a Destiny game, okay? This is a, you know, like it's Redfall. It's the opposite. I'll show you what I mean by this. But a lot of people like just want to run. Like if you actually take your time and look around, you could discover shit.
Bloody hell! What happened to those helicopters? I should check for survivors.
Your children crying out for me. I need you here. And you need me to be well. I have brought you down from the sky. I am the Hollow Man.
Who the bloody hell was that? The Hollow Man? Poor name for a cryptid, if you ask me.
So yeah. So just giving you an oversized view of it. Like, you know, you could see those pop-ins will happen. Like if I go far away from a distance, come close, it will pop in. But if you look at this in like low settings, like I think if I do this right now, right? We'll put this at the lowest settings. And I think this is what a lot of people did. They was capping, like Kaepernick. So they put this at low settings. And then they look at the game like this. Because you can see that, like the trees right there. You can see how it looks like low res. Like, this is like super last generation game. Like you can see how low res it is, and I'm capturing this right now live, and I think that's what a lot of people did when they was playing the PC version on Game Pass. Like, it looks horrible, it looks like crazy disgusting. Sure, there's like texture popping and like flickering, but it should not look as bad. And then you look at it, it's like, oh my god, like it looks so garbage. It's like, what the fuck. But then, watch. So, we're looking at that, right? Then I put the shit up to, like, epic settings, right? Let's go to video. And I'm gonna put this back up to epic. Or, you know, you could do custom, but I'm gonna put it at epic. So, I'm gonna put it at epic settings while everything else stays the same. Yes. Now you can see the difference. Like, look at the difference between what we just look at from the distance over there. We're looking at this straight across. This is what we're looking at. It looks so much better. Much better. 10 times better. And I think that's what these, like, reviewers has done. They lowered the settings down to low settings. And then running around in the game saying, look at this low graphics, unplayable mess and shit like that. Like, again, you're still gonna have your issues, like, again, your, you know, like the flickering right here, you're gonna have that and all that stuff. But the world itself, like, look at that. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look terrible. Like, really, really bad. Like, super terrible. Like, it looks a lot better. So much better to play, and it looks a lot better. So, look. We're looking at the same thing. I'm going to do it again one more time. Just going to show you between low res low settings into high settings in Epic. So we're gonna put this at low. And you can see the difference. Like, look at that. Look, you can see that difference. There's no, like, some of the, you know, trees. It's flat textures. It doesn't look good. You know, you can see straight across and stuff. Very, very low res. There's certain problems, like, again, pop in and stuff like that. But now, gonna put it back up to high settings. Video. I'm gonna put it back to Epic. And then watch. That is a big difference. And I think that's what they did. It's not perfect, it's not the greatest, but it's a big difference between low and high settings and Epic settings. And you can see, I could tell you the frame rate and stuff. So now we're gonna go investigate these helicopters and stuff. And then you can see like the texture pop in. That's like an issue between texture pop in and loading and stuff. That's a problem. That's something that needs to be like patch and fix. But in terms of like the whole game itself, like how it looks ugly and shit, that's just from whatchamacallit. Like somebody just turned down the settings to low and then run around the world and they can see like it's like low polygon, super low, it doesn't look good. That's what they did. All right. Here's another issue where the AI is going to be dumb as dog shit. So I'm going to go shoot this tire. Trust me, the fights are way too easy, and I got it on the hardest settings. Some can be very stupid. Some don't know what they're doing. But the one thing I could say about the enemy AI is the fact that even though they're dumb as dog shit, as you go around this world, they're randomized in certain like things. Like again, there could be like again up there is a roadblock. The next thing, like maybe the next mission or two, the robot be cleared, it'll be something else, something different. You know, they always in different positions or different spots, so there's like randomness to it. So it doesn't feel like it's always played out the same way. So I get credit for that, but in terms of like, you know, I'm not gonna open up that because I'm not gonna use up my lockpicks. And you only got a set of lockpicks of 3. I know this is a looter shooter, but personally for me, I don't have to open up every fucking thing. I only open up what I need to, so I'm saving it for the helicopter crash.
Whatever daylight there was is gone now. Stay focused.
again, there's like interiors you can explore. Again, like random stuff can happen. Like again, I always never rush through games like these, especially looter shooters. I usually take my time. See, I appreciate details like this. Like in another game, like if somebody started up and play another single player experience, this will not be here. This could be something else, like a truck that stopped and being robbed and there's enemies up ahead. So there's always going to be like random stuff being in place. Like this wasn't here from the last playthrough that I did because I was playing with a different character. This wasn't here. None of this stuff was here. So all of this stuff it does randomize in certain locations. So it doesn't feel like you're getting the same like stale synthetic bullshit. It does randomize. I appreciate that, but it does feel stiff though. Like again, if and that's another thing they need to patch in is the fact that if this game was always at night, I think we'll have a better experience. But you see how dumb the AI? I'm like literally like not even 10 feet away starting anything or crouching. They can't even see you or hear you. And I'm right here. And I'm literally like only a couple of feet away. They don't even spot you. See? So another bad thing about this is the fact that you cannot like pick up enemies, guns, weapon, loot. They will always dissolve. That's another thing I do not like. But again, I do appreciate that the fact that there is like random like encounters or random spots that can be at. So like you can see this trailer right here. This trailer might be gone in the next 2 to 3 missions. And it could be something else here. It could be something different. Or it could be none. So I appreciate that, what they doing. But I do not appreciate the enemy AI difficulty because they can't really fucking see you and shit. Especially like again, I was standing like literally like what right over here, and they still haven't seen me. They still walk by me, and I'm in the middle of the street. So again, you know, there's certain things that needs to be worked on and an improvement for real for patches. But there is a lot of things you can explore and look around, especially interiors and houses. I usually do that on my own time, like maybe when I do a couple of missions, I go explore like houses and stuff. Um, see, look, there's a vampire right there. This one right here, if you see like any monuments and stuff, this could be like a fast traveling checkpoint and stuff that you can travel here and go about your business. See, I can't even see that vampire. What the fuck? And that's another thing too, vampires can be lurking around in certain areas. They could be there for 1 minute and then they could be gone. They could be stalking on like rooftops and stuff. So again, I don't understand like they're just expecting like again like a gunfight in like every block. Like if we look at the map right now, right? I went from here to here. Like I think people are expecting like, oh, we should have a gunfight all the way from here, here, all the way to this bridge to here. Like, it'd be stupid. It's stupid. It's like this. I don't quite understand why do we need a gunfight or need a gunfight every fucking block. Like, I don't want to have a gunfight every street to get into this neighborhood to just to explore and look around. It's exhausting. Like Destiny, like every fucking block, like everything that you do in Destiny, like if you play Destiny 2, you have to have a gunfight in every fucking moment. Like, why would I want to fucking have a gunfight in every fucking minute? Like, I don't want to play a looter shooter like that. Sometimes I just want to go home and just fucking relax and just stroll in the game, look around and shit, take my time, fucking play the fucking game, not try to rush to point A to point B or just say, oh, there's nothing to do because it's so empty. Yeah, because you're not fucking exploring. You're just running around and shit, and you're not taking the time to really look for shit, like really look around, seeing, you know, like you will pick up on things. They just run from point A to point B, and then they sit there and say, oh, the world is empty and there's nothing else, there's nothing to do. Bitch, it's a fucking vampire game. This is not a zombie game. Like, we're playing a vampire game. I'm not expecting a vampire to roll up and down this fucking street. It'll be way too much. Imagine if this was like a full of vampires from here and all this fucking... What I gonna do? Have a gunfight from all the way up, down this fucking street? Like, I want to have a gunfight from all the way here, all the way down there. It'll be stupid. Don't fucking do that. It doesn't make the game any fun. It's just gonna make it more exhausting, and it's just gonna make it feel like this is just becoming like a fucking zombie game. I don't want it to become a zombie game. I don't want this game to become a Destiny. I just want this game to become, here's a looter shooter, but you could take your time. There's some deadly enemies. Yes, when they fix the AI and probably put a little bit more like balancing in terms of the fucking vampires, that's gonna put up a fight, and it's gonna be way more challenging. But I don't want a gunfight from here to here. You know, I don't want a gunfight up and down the fucking street. You know, I want to just be able to just walk, take my time, do what I gotta do, loot shit, just be stealthy, you know, just like chill out. You see? This is why the AI needs to be fixed. Because for me, I should be like right here, they still would have spotted me. See, this is a game that I don't mind just taking my time and just chilling, strolling along, looking around and shit, finding loot. This game, it's like basically this looter shooter is not making you to rush through the game. It is, there's no like, oh, this is a time limit and you got to get to here to here. If you don't do it, mission fail. Like again, I don't want to play a Destiny type of looter shooter because, see, Destiny sucks because of the fact that you have to like, you gotta do this, you gotta get this this certain gun, you gotta get this certain this armor piece in order for you to, let's say for example, if you wanted to like play through a raid boss or something like that with your friends. Like, because if you don't have the right equipment and the right weapons for a raid, you're going to get slaughtered every single time. Everybody else is at a higher level. You're just coming in starting. And then it's just such a grind fest. It's not fun. So a lot of people like me and probably many others just like, I'm not going to go back to Destiny because I You know, I gotta grind and do all that crazy shit. And nobody wants to grind and do all that crazy shit. They just wanna just jump into the game and just play the fucking game and chill the fuck out.
I need a smoke. What is that?
Stand clear.
Hey, they're a little dumb as hell.
Calm down a bit, shall we?
I think, like, again, if Arkane just fixed that part, it'll be a lot better. Right, you gotta be careful with that too, with fire.
Auntie? Auntie, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you got dragged down into this. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
This is what I'm saying. Like, they don't see the details in the world. You see, there's lockpicks right here.
Seems as if those cultists are after the supply crates. Could try and intercept them, or beat them to the supplies.
I don't see. This is where I just don't understand.
What to do? What to do?
I know, right? What to do? I'm just looking around just in case if I miss anything. Just double checking. Here it is. See? This one.
Hey, listen. We could use your help getting some safe houses set up while you're out there. The more places folks have to lay low, the better. It'll also give us a foothold to take back our neighborhoods from these monsters and their goddamn cults. My friends already laid the groundwork in a few places, but as you can imagine, they're not really safe yet. If you spot one, just get the power going and give us a shout on the radio.
Mm-hmm. You see, like, I just don't understand what people are fucking talking about here. Like, I really don't understand. Like, I got no issues with this game. Like, like, good. Just taking my time, enjoying the game, not trying to rush through shit. Because a lot of people just think, like, this is a Destiny game. This is not a Destiny game.
I wonder what else that.
This is vampires. If you, like, again, if you don't even know about vampires and the folklore, then that's a problem. Alright, I'm gonna back off with this. I'm gonna save this one for later. You see, if you look around, like, it's not even marked on your map. Like, this is what I like about this. Like, you could find, like, secret shit and, like, tunnels, side quests, and stuff like that. It's not even marked on your map. Because you have to fucking remember shit. I appreciate that. Because it makes the game more difficult for me to... Now I gotta keep that as a footnote where... I gotta do this main mission, but I know there's a fucking nest in this area that I need to do. But first, I'm gonna take care of this bullshit first. That's what I'm going to do. Alright. See, I don't have to mess with it now. And I can always come back if I need ammo and shit, because I know where the fuck is at. Now... let's open up the backpack. I don't want a sniper rifle. I need me an actual rifle. Automatic assault rifle. I got no pistol. See, and then you can make comparison and shit. That's what I like about this. See, I can make comparison between this gun and that gun. The stake vampires, see, they're both 15. They both have the same thing, but then they're different, you know, like weapons and stuff for the shotgun. It says kill enemies with weapons. Grants 20% increase of damage for 8 seconds. And then if I stake vampires with this, it heals you 15% of your maximum health. So basically, it's like the only difference is between more damage or your health. So this one, I'm going to exchange this one to this one. So if I pick this, I'm going to put this one in there. Because I want to be able to get my health back if I'm using this fucking weapon. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to salvage this. That's 17. Not with the burst fire weapons. More of an assault rifle than anything else. That's 8 damage, 15 damage. So I'm not gonna deal with that. So these are the main 3 I'm keeping. That's why I don't have to keep a whole bunch of shit. Just keep the ones that I do need. I do need a pistol, need a shotgun. I do need this. Right? Good. This is all I need. What else? Okay. There we go. Cool, got a new weapon, got my thing. Got a nice little assault rifle. Honestly, they need to patch in the I don't know, like that's the thing. Like I'm enjoying myself, I'm taking my time, I'm not trying to rush through the bullshit. I'm looking around, I'm seeing seeing things and stuff like that. And you know, really like picking and choosing my routes wisely. Feel me? I think there's a tunnel over there. This is what I need to look for. The good thing about this is the fact that if you actually look around, you can find more loot. Like again, see? Found a better pistol. Good. Boom. Boom. That's what I need. Now I can just sit there and say, alright, so I'm going to exchange this pistol. That's 2538. That's what I need. And then I'm going to just disassemble this. Perfect. See, that's why I'm not trying to get into a gunfight in every fucking battle. Just looking around, taking my time. Getting towards my objective. Okay.
cultists on the radio. Looks like they haven't made it to the supply drop yet.
Shit. I think if there was a little bit, like, again, if the AI was more approved, this would have been a really bad gunfight. I probably would have got killed in this spot. For sure.
Nothing can stop me.
Alright. I think that's good. Alright, let's keep going.
Sun's up. Try not to stare at it.
Alright. I'm gonna have to go to this park. I gotta get my shit ready to go. Give me my health back. Appreciate it. Alright. Don't want to shoot for a distance right here. Alright. This is more old school in a sense, because when you got shit like this, you want to make sure you have the right shit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to exchange this. I'm going to put this in the middle. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. Alright. I should just pick them off over here in this distance.
Think I don't feel you.
still finicky. Give it a bit
Ooh.
more time.
Oh shit. And let me thank you for my thing. Appreciate it. Yeah, enemy AI needs work. I tell you that much. Definitely do. Okay.
What I tell you to do.
And 15 bullets left.
I need some help.
Well, blow off your head with that.
I was once called relentless, you know. Relentless and absurd, but still relentless.
See, this is something that I can enjoy. Just relax and just enjoy the game. Ew, that shit is dirty as dog shit. At least I got the ammo crate right here. Good. That's reloaded. Good. First aid. Actually, I'll just put first aid. Got one first aid supply kit, and I'm on the way. Done and done. Okay, we should be almost towards the crash site.
Second crash site is over this way. Definitely going off the beaten path here, Dev.
Damn right. Get him with a barrel shot. It's only if I can walk over there. See, like the AI like that, getting caught and shit. That's stupid. Whew. Sorry, buddy, you killed your own self. Yeah, if they was a little bit more dangerous, man, this would be a great game. Okay. Getting myself ready.
Quite a view from up here. Redfall
See, like
had
that,
this.
like that needs to be worked. Like, you know, like draw distance and stuff like that. That's something that needs to be worked on, you know. It just got crazy fucking popping. But other than that, it really do feel like Far Cry in an open world environment. Now I understand why.
It'll take more than that to make me quit.
Take a medical supply. You see, like that from like draw distance away looks horrible. You know, like that needs to be fixed. But let me just show you that shit again, just to show you, like, I think that's what they did, where they just like, oh, let's just lower the settings down to here, and then we'll make it say, oh, it looks so terrible. Because then when you see it like this, you can see how terrible it is. Like, you can see, like, it looks even worse than before. It doesn't even look as good, or it just doesn't. For real. It looks crazy. See, if you look over here, it doesn't look as good. But then when I go on to here, I think this game could be saved. Like, to be honest. See, it's still like, but this looks a lot better than, you know, like when you look over here, it looks a lot better. And I think that's what, it's not, I'm not saying it's the greatest, I'm just saying it looks a lot better than it was before. I think that's what these fucking people did. Okay. Got the UAV beam. Good.
There's the other down chopper. Let's see if there's anything of note in the debris. Freshly deceased troops from that bellwether outfit. Wonder where they were headed.
Shotgun.
looks like these bellwether troops were here to do some sort of damage control. Burning evidence. That's not odd. Stand clear.
Wasn't expecting this. Give me my health back. Whew, shit.
Let's let the adrenaline
See,
calm
when
down
I
a bit.
now in that situation, okay, hold on, let me put it on my map. Okay, in that situation right there, that never happened to me. The last time I played the first time with a different character. I came up here. There was no vampires was trying to attack me. Then when I went the opposite way, I met the two vampires down the trail, going the opposite direction, going back down, and then they started to attack me. This time around, I'm playing a whole new character, doing the same mission, but this time around, they met me at the chopper and tried to kill me. You know? So this is what I appreciate what Arkane is doing. Like, there's some good, solid foundation with Redfall. Like, this could be a really fun game. But the problem is that a lot of people are playing this shit in the mindset of Destiny. This is not a Destiny game. This is vampires. This is not Destiny. And so if you're trying to think like you're going to get like 10, 20, 30 enemies and trying to shoot and shoot your way up the block, it's not like that. Like, this is more like where you have to really take a step back, play it pacefully, and just take your time. Because trying to rush through the game is not going to be fun, because then you're going to be like, oh, it's boring and it doesn't got everything. Oh, this and that. Like, sure, it has its fair share of issues, and it did release in a bad state. But I believe that some of the reviewers that's reviewing this game are not playing it the way how it should be played. This game is a looter shooter, but more slow pace. It's not a fast paced Destiny game. It's not like, okay, these enemies are just gonna spawn and they're just gonna keep on spawning. That is annoying as dog shit. It really is. This game, however, is more balanced. It got randomness to it because it doesn't feel like the same thing over and over. Like, again, I bet you there was a lot of people that went up here and probably never got attacked by the last chopper. They never did. And some people probably did went up here like I did, and they attacked me, where I was looking around and finding weapons and stuff, and then two vampires just come out of nowhere and tried to kill me, tried to attack me. You see, that right there, I think Arkane, like, the foundations of it and some of the stuff that they put into the game is actually really good. The problem is, I think a lot of people expecting it to be a Destiny game or a Destiny clone or this typical looter shooter, like you gotta run and get to a certain point A to point B. You gotta hurry up. There's a time limit or something. No, if you actually take your time and you look and you explore around, you will catch like certain details in the world. Enemies starts to come out here and there, but it's not to the point where it's so annoying like Far Cry, because Far Cry, you always had like an enemy drives around the block and they always try to get out the car, try to kill you, try to run you over. So you really couldn't really walk on the street or walk in the middle of the street, because whatever, somebody's going to come behind you, try to kill you, try to run you over, and then you die instantly. This game, however, it doesn't have the driving mechanics or have a driving thing. I think they cut that out of the game. But I wouldn't want this back into the game. I think it's perfectly fine just the way it is. without driving mechanics. Don't put that shit in here. Just leave it the way it is, because then that way it won't be as fucking annoying that every single time that you could be walking and exploring and shit, you might do a gunshot in the house, and then every time like an enemy like hears it outside, or like a truck or whatever, they always got to come in and try to storm in the house, which is cool, but it's more annoying that imagine they did that in every fucking house. Like every house you did a gunshot and you're trying to explore, it's always like an enemy trying to walk in and try to kill you. It's annoying as dog shit. I think they have the perfect balance between like here's some enemy AI and here's some vampires, but it's not over redundant. They're not overdoing it, which is good. They're not trying to be like a Destiny, which I do like and I do respect, because I can take my time and play the game how I want to play it. There's no rush. There's no like you got to finish this game. Take your time. Look around. Enjoy the game. Don't try to rush through the game and try to like speed run it, because you're not going to have a really great experience. Like again, I don't believe this is a $70 game. Absolutely not. If this game had a little bit more tweaks and bug fixes and certain things to be done in this game, I think this will be about between a $30 to $40 game. I think it's solid. They have some good foundations in here, but it's not all bad. It's just mainly is AI, the performance issues and the popping and stuff, and maybe the gun things and stuff like that. But other than that, I don't really see why would you want like 10 million map markers on this map. I don't want 10 million map markers. It's not going to make the game any better. It's just going to make it more and more just fucking less and less. I don't want to play the game. Just like how I felt about Destiny. Remember when Destiny first came out in like what, during the 360 era? We all thought, like everyone thought that, oh, this Destiny game is going to be like Master Chief. It's going to be like Halo, but its own thing, right? Then we get more and more details. We thought, oh, we can get into this hub world. There might be certain quests we can do on Earth, and we can get certain loot and stuff, right? It sounds cool. Then when the fucking game launched and all that shit, it was bare bones. You couldn't even really do shit in the first Destiny game. A lot of people don't bring that up or talk about it. You couldn't really do shit. There was no like, you can do quests on Earth or this planet or whatever. Everything was mainly at the hub center. You had to go back to the hub center, go back over there, wait for a loading screen, load screen to there, load screen into this planet, do what you gotta do, load screen out. You know, it was fucking tedious. It was fucking tedious. And that's where they said, okay, we're not gonna do Destiny was basically like an experimental game until when Destiny 2 came out. What did they do? They added a single player campaign. They added more stuff, more shit to do. They fixed some stuff, but it still has some fucking problems. Microtransactions was one of them, right? They had performance problems as well. They needed to patch up. And then from here on out, everything, if you wanted to know more about the story, was mainly on multiplayer. And you had to have a group of friends or a group of people to do raid missions, because you can't do raid missions by yourself. You gotta have somebody with you, unless like you know how to do it solo. But mainly you had to have a crew, which a lot of people didn't. And it was a lot of grind. You had to keep up with Destiny in order to keep on playing Destiny. So a lot of people fall off and say, I can't deal with this shit. It's just too much of a grind. People work. People got jobs. People want to just go home and just relax and just play a fucking game. They don't want to worry about shit. And this is one of those games. I appreciate what Arkane is trying to do here. This is just a fucking game that you just want to go home and just turn on and play. Whether it's with friends or by yourself. I'm playing solo, but I don't know about the connections. What I heard is that it's not that great. So if they can fix that part as well and patch that in, I'm pretty sure like anybody can sit here and enjoy this game. I'm enjoying it. It's not a perfect game. It's not the best game. But for what it is, like honestly, I could just sit back and just shoot and loot to my heart content. And a lot of people are playing it so fast because if you look back on the reviews and you watch some of them play the game like live, you can see them just running and jumping and just going all over the place because they're playing it in the Destiny mindset instead of playing it in a Far Cry mindset. It means like it's a much more slower pace, look around, read stuff. You can find things in detail in the world if you really take the time to do so. If you don't do that, then you're gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? I get the whole like there's slideshows, right? There's this doesn't look like next gen, and I totally agree on those things. I totally agree. But for what it is, for what I'm playing, I'm not really fucking complaining, dog. I'm really not. I'm really not complaining. So like again, I do appreciate this. You know, it does have some good ideas in here that I really do like. Is it and took no fall damage? There's probably gonna be 2 more vampires going back down the fucking way. I'll get myself ready. As I was saying, if you don't get prepared, you're gonna catch yourself lacking.
Let's add a little lightning. Still finicky. A bit more time. Until next time.
Adioso, asshole. Swear to God, I thought I heard a gunshot over here. He probably must have jumped down, but I heard a gunshot going this way. And that's another thing right here. That's another thing. The supply crate is randomized. The last time I played this, like I replay it again, right, with a different character, this supply crate wasn't even here. This supply crate was all the way over here. At this clubhouse, it was all the way over here. And the supply crate is only right over here. So there is like randomness to it. So every time when you replay a game or play a new character, you're not going to get the same like, oh, the crate is going to spawn over here this time, or the crate is going to spawn at that same location. It spawns randomly, which is good because now it doesn't feel like the same bullshit. So if they add a little bit more to it, I think this game is going to be fire, to be honest. But like, again, I understand like there's certain things to the game that needs to be like worked out and done. But other than that, I don't really like see all the like, oh man, this game is just unplayable. Like you could not play it. Like I'm playing this game right now. I'm not even on the best system. I put it at the settings where it's stable. I haven't had a hard crash, and I'm playing it by myself. Like, it seems to be fine to me. But again, your mileage may vary. This could be like on a console problem than it is on PC. So I can't really speak to consoles. But what I could say on PC thus far, it seems to be pretty solid. Now on PC, in terms of online connections, that's a whole different thing that I do not know about. So
Supply crate's secure. Once I'm back at the fire station, I'll let them know where it is. Collect it. Ugh, I'm well knackered. Time to head back to the fire station. Wonder if they have any tea left.
see, now you can do fast travel if you want, or you can just close it out. I'ma just close it out. Seems like the menu works just fine.
Hey, you ever see what happens?
You could choke on your own fucking smoke screen, bitch. Ooh. I like that. She was like fucking inhaling her own shit. Bitch, that's why you get. That's what you get. Don't try to play. No games, no games. At least you can refill the supply. That's good though. Shit. And you see what I mean? Like, there's nothing marking on this map, like, to go here. Like, there's, like, you know, like, after the helicopter crash, like, here it is. But there's, like, no, like, hella map markers. Like, oh, here's this location, here's this location, here's this crate, here's that crate. I like it to be like this because it makes it where you have to keep, like, a footnote of things to go back and finish or to explore. Like, you could really explore and off the beaten path and you could find shit like this. I didn't know there was like a cabin out here, right? So it could be loot in there, could be something else, could be story driven stuff. That's what I like about this game, where there's more exploration to look and find shit than you would on Destiny. Destiny gets old like really fast because there's only a certain amount of things you can look around and shit. But in terms of like this game and the lore that they're trying to set out to do, this you could actually like look off the beaten path, but there's like no map marker for it. You really have to look around and explore and find shit, which I do appreciate.
Seeing sparks.
Ooh, lucky.
It'll take more than that to make me quit.
Let me get my health back. There we go. All right. You see, just looking around, you can find certain things. You can hear things from a distance if there's a vampire nearby, so you're really on edge. If this was like, I swear to God, if this game, they patch it in and say, hey, you could play this only at nighttime, like all nighttime, I will love this game. This would be great if it was just only nighttime only. Because it makes the atmosphere more scary. And I don't know where the fuck... Another one.
Stand clear.
Shit. Oh, shit. There we go. That's how it is, man. That's why it always catch you lacking, yo. So you gotta really be prepared for shit. You gotta have weapons ready to go. See, and then there's discover a, you know, like a cottage. So it's on the map, but like again, you gotta go out and explore and discover shit. Then you can literally find more shit, like a tunnel, a cave, other shit. But for right now, let me go follow back to the same place. Lucky. Doing my shit. There we go. There's a whole bunch of baddies over there.
Spot for a safe house. Just needs a bit of UV protection.
True that. See, that's the only thing. It's just the AI is dumb as shit. If the AI has more awareness and shit, I would have been dead. But I don't know whenever they're gonna patch certain things and fix certain things. It's whatever. But for now, it's time to sneak into the darkness. I mean, you could fast travel back to the thing, but for me, I play in a more stalker mindset. So I normally just like, you know what? Let me just like walk my ass back over there. Do I have to do it? No, but sometimes I walk because sometimes you never know what you might find. Like this, you found random shit. You found a binocular. I found a sniper scope while I'm going my ass on the way back, you know? Like again, if you look around and find shit and then you keep things in mind as a footnote, like for example, like if I know like there's gonna be like lockpicks and this over there, I know there's gonna be some ammo back where the chopper is because I didn't pick up anything because there's still more items there. Then I can keep that as a footnote that I know like, oh, if I need something or I need to get more lockpicks without spending money, I know where to go. I'm just keeping it in mind. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm just backtracking the way I came from to go back up to the top and go my ass back. See, I like the atmosphere. Like at night, like this looks incredible. Just it's so dark, it's eerie, it's really scary, you being on your toes. I'm liking it. I'm feeling the vibes, man. This is really, really well done. Arkane Arkane put some magic in here. I don't think it's like lazy or just like or they didn't put no heart, no love to it. They really tried to do so, and you can see it. So for that, I do appreciate that. Alright, let's go back. Make sure all my weapons is reloaded. Boom. Why shoot her in the face? Well, I could just burn her to death. And you see that? Look. Look. This was here, right? This was never here before. You see how it randomized? Like, you can come back and you can find shit like, oh, here's assault rifle now. You know what I'm saying? Here's another loot chest. So, like, if you actually go back to a certain way or something like that, you can actually find more shit than it was there before. So it's like randomized, which I do appreciate. Like, it doesn't feel like, oh, well, I went over there. Yeah, I killed the same enemy. But now there's a loot crate. Now there's like a weapon standing right there. It was never there before. And I think you can go back and you can look at the replay on this live stream. I promise you, from the replay on the live stream from that bridge, the crate and that gun was never there. Now when you walk your way back, there's a crate and a gun there. That's how you know. I thank you. Like, you know, it doesn't feel like the same bullshit. Like, there's actual random shit can happen. Like, you just don't know. Like, you don't know whether if whatever can spawn out of nowhere or, you know, and I appreciate that. I appreciate those little details like that. It's amazing. I think they did an excellent job with that. Oh, remember the whole car and stuff that used to be here? Like that whole truck and all that stuff? The enemies used to be right here? Look, now it's gone. That shit is gone. Like, it used to be here because, look, the bodies used to be right here because of the supply things. Still here. And they're not even here anymore. Crazy. right? It's just random shit can just happen, or random placement. Like this, like look, walking my ass back. Now I gotta deal with this bullshit. See, now I got two. Shit. Crowd control. Oh, shit. Get my little bit of health back. Good. The only enemy's AI that's dumb as hell is them. Like, if they was smart enough, they would have been did something. You see how, like, this over here? Like, if they was smart enough and react to what I was shooting from a distance, I think they would have been killed me. So, like, again, if the enemy AI was better and they fixed the draw distance and some of the performance issues, this will be definitely a good game to play by yourself. If you just want to kill zombies, do shit. And it's cool. Like, again, this right here, right? You go back to the replay thing. This was never here. This whole thing was never here. Now it's here. You see what I'm saying? It's like they got randomness to it. It's not the same bullshit when you go up and down the street, which I appreciate. You know what I'm saying? Sure, it may not be the best and it looks cheap, but at least they not trying to be like, oh, well, we're not going to put no randomness. We're not going to put, you know, whatever. Like, they're doing it. Like, this was never here. I never seen this was here. That was there. This was never here. It good. You know, put some randomness to it. Like, it just, like, it switch. It kind of makes it feel like it's something different, you know? Or like this, like where you could explore like different buildings and stuff. Some has locks, and some you don't even have to go through a lock. So there is different ways you can go about this. Watch. Boom. Should able to jump through the window, but it probably won't let you. So you're probably gonna have to do it. I know some you could jump through the window and stuff without a problem, but there we go. I don't know how that works, but hey, I made it work. But you should be able to jump through the window. So then, like, again, if you don't want to use the lock picks, you can bust through the window and jump in. But I don't think that's attended or not. I'm not sure. But now I could just unlock the door now without using a lockpick. See, now I could just look around the house, take shit if I need to. Taking toilet paper. Since I'm using indoor stuff, I might as well use a shotgun for this. Sometimes I don't want the back door to open, I shut it. Oh, see? So I'm saying, you know, even though the house is empty, I just like to look around and loot shit. And just be very careful. So you got lockpicks here. I'll keep that in mind. So now I know there's 2 lockpicks areas. There's one over there, one over there. You know? Like, again, if you really look around and explore, and you can actually loot shit, find shit. The Nightmare Manual. You see, that's what I like about this. Like, if you actually, like, just, like, take the time and shit. Hacker renewal kits. I can go through this and kill myself, but I could also shoot it if I want to. Let me go put it from this distance. You're still gonna take a bit of damage, but it's worth it. Alright, see? Now I know there's a safe in here. There's gotta be some good loot. So I need some rewiring kits. So I probably might go back and come back here. So turn that shit off. I could go out the front door, but I'm gonna choose the back door. So now I know, like, there's a safe in there. I probably might go back out in my next mission and just go get whatever I need to get, you know? Alright, see? That's what I'm saying. Like, if you just keep fast traveling back and forth and you don't want to walk all the way back, you'll miss out a lot of shit. Like, you'll miss out a lot. See, look, the body is gone. You know, like, certain things that used to be here, they're not here anymore. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I appreciate about it. It's not going to be the, like, the same. Like, if you want to see bad lazy design, it'll be just copy and paste and then, like, nothing changing here. Now, before I go inside of here, let me go do my loadout. Let's open up the book bag. So, this is the weapons I have. Do I need to carry all of this shit? No. Just pick what I need to pick. 14, 15. So I could keep this or not, but that's 14. I got 15 shots. So this gives me extra health. This one gives me an increase of accuracy, but it's a shotgun. I don't need accuracy on a shotgun. So this, I can just get rid of it, get some money off of it. Like, I don't fucking need it. This is 10. Increase reload speed by 10%. Reduce environment speed with potential while aiming. This gives me an extra 5 rounds. So I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna just get rid of these two. $110 damage. 47, 73. It holds 1 extra round of magazine. So get rid of these two. 72, 21, 21. I don't like burst rifle weapons, so I can get rid of that automatically. Assault rifle 32, 27. Now, this one has 15 magazine size. This is a 30 clip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trade this with this, and then I'm going to get rid of that. And I already got the spear on there, which is good. And I got 30 clips. Slow down by like that. I don't really care about slowdown speed. So this doesn't mean shit. These two are it. This is double barrel, 22, 30. So I'm gonna get rid of the 22, keep the 30. Right? Makes sense. And shotgun, this is 16, this is 15 damage. So I'm getting 1 extra little whatever and a 25% increased accuracy. Is it worth trading off? No, because when you're talking about my health, you can even see it right here. This weapon, if I stake it, I get 15% of your health, your max health back. You know what I'm saying? And the magazine holds like 2 extra rounds. So I got a 6 mag, you know? And this is a 5 mag. It might do 1 little extra damage, but it's not worth the trade-off. So this is something where I don't really need it, don't need to carry it around. That can go bye-bye. So here's the thing. Now this is a flare gun that does 80, and this is a double barrel that does 30. 2 shots of these is 60, right? 1 shot is at 80 damage, so I have to reload it.
Sun is up, I suppose. Reminds me of home somehow.
So for me, I'm gonna keep both of these until if I see something a better double barrel one than this. But I'm gonna keep both of them just in case. And then the sawfish, it does a lot of damage. You know, this more of a spike. I'm keeping the UAV on hand. I have a sniper rifle that does 110 damage, and it holds 1 extra round of magazine. You see how I organize shit? Like, if you actually, like, pick and choose your weapons wisely and see which one you can get rid of, you don't have to necessarily pick, like, oh, well, it's the blue one, I'm gonna get the blue one. If it's the green one, I'm gonna get the green one. Not necessarily. If you look at the difference between this gun that's level 2 and the one was what, like level 3, whatever, it was like green or whatever. It didn't, whatever, the shotgun, it didn't make it, you know, it's like, you don't have to pick the green or the blue one just because it says green. That don't mean just go and just say, oh, I'm gonna get the green one, just pick the green one. It's picking and choosing. Like when you have, like when they do patch in or fix the enemy AI, this is like picking and choosing like which one is better. You get 1 little increase in damage, but even that just 1 little increase plus this is no match to this because I'm getting 25% of maximum health, 15% of your health back if you stake a vampire. So this is way more worth it to keep. Even if it's level 2, I got something that I can get my health back. And it holds 2 extra rounds of magazine, which is like a 6 mag versus 5. I'm just getting 1 little extra damage. Even if that weapon is level 3, this is level 2, I'm still keeping the level 2. That's another thing. If you can actually like read and pick certain weapons in your thing, it will make the gameplay a lot more fun because now you have more options to deal with. Okay. Now, let me switch this to this. So I'm going to put assault rifle, shotgun, and stuff like that. This is 38. So even if it's a pistol, I can still use it. But for this, I'm going to use this one. Take a little bit of more damage. Especially in certain situations. Or if I want to look at long distance shots, then I'll just use this one. Boom. Got the little iron sights, I could deal with that. Good. So now we just gotta go in here, and we'll continue on with the story.
Aye, dear. Let's let the adrenaline calm down a bit, shall we?
See, now I can reload, I can restock my ammo if I want. Which is good.
I told you already, I don't want to leave.
If I don't like a weapon, if I want to get something, I could just get it if I want.
Helping folks out.
Like again, you see all this shit is like level 3, and this is a level 3 shotgun, even though it got 14,
Gotta trust somebody.
but it's still not worth the trade it anyway.
The whole town.
It already is.
Look, I don't want to leave. You think I'm fit to move again out there? And there's a doctor here. This is the best chance we have.
If something goes wrong, I told you so, Anna. I told you so.
See, I can get this pistol, but as a revolver, it's only 6 shots. So it's like, again, it's like a pick and choose thing, you know? Alright. So let me go get those rework kits while I'm at it. Get 3 of them. Boom. Ready to go. Got the rework whatever.
You all right, Terrence?
Pardon? Yes. Yes, I'm fine.
I know what it's like to want to focus on everyone else when we're all in the shit. But if you need to rest...
With respect, Reverend, we all need to rest. But if we're going to make it through this, I need to do everything I can.
Don't put too much on yourself. We're all here for each other. That's how we'll make it through.
I appreciate your concern. Goodbye, Mr. Browsley.
Once more into the fray. This old popcorn machine would bring some cheer if I got it up and running again.
Yeah, see, when you come back, like, nothing is the same. Like, everybody moved around, everybody's talking to somebody. Like, again, the characters are stiff because of the fact that they're just standing in one spot and they're not really, like, walking around. But in terms of where they place and shit, some of them can place somewhere else, so you could eavesdrop them and hear certain stuff. So again, it's like it's a give and take. But if this is if this was if this is like a MMO like looter shooter and stuff, then I totally understand. Like like again, when I heard about that 30 FPS frames, and I heard about that is a more looter shooter, I knew it's not going to be the best. Like, there's no way in hell. Now they got 3 missions I can pick. I can pick this one, this one. I can start which one, doesn't matter. But I'm going to pick this one.
My mother died 5 years ago. Cancer. It's terrible to say, but I'm glad she's not here to see what's happening to Redfall. She loved this place. Loved me. Loved my father.
And I could always skip this if I want to.
I gotta speak my mind. I'm not gonna be quiet about it.
Say what you need to say.
You sent people to Avon. You let folks get taken in by those devils.
I know. I know what I did. I can't undo it.
Folks out there are dead because of what you did.
They didn't know,
Mm-hmm.
Anna.
No. Avon got what they wanted because you gave it to them.
You're right. I'm partly responsible for all this.
Terrence, you can't.
Good. I hope this haunts you forever.
It will.
Alright, see, I pick up some mech kits. I think I should be ready to go. Cool.
Why wouldn't I? This is going to be my most exciting episode yet.
Just don't use my real name, alright?
And then I know a lot of people said, why it's still daytime if it's daytime? Like, well, the sun is blocked. I think they should patch it in. Oh, shit.
It's what you want.
Alright, so let's go back. Go back to the main menu. So, yeah, me playing Redfall and what I experience, I I can sit here and I can understand like certain things that needs to be improved and stuff. Is this like next generation gaming? Absolutely not. If this is worth $70 fucking dollars, no way in hell. Definitely not in this state. But what I could say that what Arkane has done and the foundations of it, it's there. It's definitely there. And I can see what they're trying to go for and stuff like that. But also in the same retrospect, I don't understand why these people are playing this like a Destiny. It's not a Destiny game. This is not like they're not trying to say like, oh, run and do this and just do it quick. Like, I think people will speed running it through rather than just taking your time and playing the game like if it was a Far Cry game. Like, a lot of people play the Far Cry game differently. When I play a Far Cry game, I play it like a stalker. I play it more slower pace, take my time, looking at the map, not trying to get like help or any indicators. I don't need map markers. I want to try to like explore, look around, and figure shit out. You know what I'm saying? Just as much as when I go and play Skyrim, I don't have like a compass, a map, and all this crazy shit. I just use the map and try to figure out where to go and what to do. You know what I'm saying? It's more fun that way, and it makes it more challenging to the fact that where shit is not a handout, and you can really like take your time and have a lot of fun doing it. So, and one thing I could say about the whole, like, does it feel empty and stuff like that? Uh, that makes sense because we're talking about vampires. This is not zombies or werewolves. Like, there's a complete different thing. Let me explain. See, zombies, if this was a zombie game, it wouldn't be that difficult to put zombies all across the map and inside of a building. We see that in Dead Island 2, right? If you play Dead Island 2 just as much as I played Dead Island 2, and I could tell you, like, combat, the visuals and everything is a hell of a lot better than this fucking game. But that's a zombie game, you know what I'm saying? Zombies can be dangerous inside of a building and outside of a building. But they're definitely much more dangerous inside of a building in a tight quarter because you can get overrun very easily. You know what I'm saying? If you don't know what you're doing. Now, this game is a vampire game, and vampires are more good in close doors or more indoors environment than there is outside environments. And they're mostly close towards their lair rather than them just wandering across the street. You know what I'm saying? They're not zombies. These are vampires. They float, they teleport, they stalk, they look around. So I wouldn't want to see vampires in every single block. Like, every single house has to have a vampire. It'll be stupid, you know what I'm saying? I like to see, like, hey, there's some vampires here, right? There may be an empty house here, and then this house has a vampire in there. That's cool because it will make it seem to be, I would not say unrealistic, but it will be more towards, like, it doesn't make sense to have a vampire in every single fucking building or every single house. It wouldn't make no sense. Certain vampires, they have their layers. They got, like, again, they're like, we just discovered, like, hey, there's a vampire in this cave. That makes sense, right? There's a vampire on top of a roof next to this house. That makes sense, But what doesn't make sense is to see a whole bunch of vampires just roaming across the fucking street in every single block. Is ridiculous, you know what I'm saying? Like, dealing with a vampire is going to be hard enough, just as hard as, like, dealing with zombies, like 10 to 20, 30 zombies surrounding your fucking house. That's hard enough to deal with, but if you're dealing with a vampire, it's going to make it even tougher for just you taking down one vampire by yourself as a human. You know what I'm saying? If there was a zombie one-on-one, I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue for you to take down a zombie because it's slow, whatever. Even if it ran or had a bit of a pace, you're going to see that from a mile away and you can take them out. But when you're dealing with a vampire in a game, I'm not expecting a vampire to just walk across the street, float across the street. They more hide into darkness. They more closer to their lair. They will go out and feast and do shit at night than just randomly, like, oh yeah, they're just randomly floating down the street. They're randomly going up the street. Sure, you're going to see that at times to time, but I wouldn't want to see this to be a gun battle every single, like, step of the way. It wouldn't make no sense. Imagine if there was a vampire in every single block. Like, if you shoot a gun in a house or you did an explosion, a vampire just run up to the house or whatever. Like, imagine that every single time. Like, that'd be ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where you want to kind of, like, have those moments where it's like, yes, there's a vampire in the house or there's enemies in the house, but then this house is just completely empty, but it will show you, like, things like either there's, like, blood, there's somebody got killed, or people are gone missing. Maybe they went on the boat and they got washed away and stuff like that. I know a lot of people might say about the boat shit, but I'm like, the boat makes more sense. Like, why is there's like only like 5 people on the fucking boat in the beginning of the game? But remember, they try to stop their motherfuckers from leaving, so that's why they stopped at them, and they probably got fucking like, you know, washed away or in the water or whatever. They got drowned or they trapped and then they're fucking dead. You know, that's the only logical thing I can think of. Like, that makes sense. Like saying, oh, there's like only like 5 people in here and like there's like 20 cars or 10 cars or whatever. Most of those people probably was on the deck and they probably got taken up in flight and then got crashed down before that whole whatever bullshit happened. And most of those motherfuckers is either got washed away or they trap inside of the fucking water and they can't escape and they fucking dead. They lose oxygen. So that's nothing surprising for me. Like, that makes sense. And again, this is it's a vampire game. It's supposed to not make... I'm not trying to sit there and say it has to be a realistic sim. This is not a realistic sim. It's a make-believe game. But that's what I will put my 2 cents into that. You know what I'm saying? So it's more understandable that vampires are not just roaming around the street, like in every single block or every single corner. There's going to be vampires will pop out here and there, and they're randomized. Like I was explaining before, that whole, like, the last, like, chopper that I had to explore in that situation when I was playing this game earlier during the week, that never happened. There wasn't no 2 vampires just show up at the crash site of the chopper when I was grabbing all the weapons and the note. That never happened. You know, when I started walking back towards the opposite way, then I started encountering 2 or 3 vampires on the way back. You know what I'm saying? The supply drop wasn't there at that point. The supply drop was all the way across towards the original crash site, across the street from that building. That's where the original one was at. So I do appreciate that Arkane, they do randomize certain things. And again, we walk at the same path where we went up to that bridge point, right? We saw the same lady that's there, you know, whatever that spawned it there, whatever happened. And then we shot her with the fire, whatever. But then we saw that there's another crate and a gun just leaning on the side. That was never there when we showed up the first time when we went across the bridge and stuff and explored the first chopper site. That never happened. Now, like, it's there, you know. Then we went back down towards the same street. We saw a vampire. They put another road post or whatever. That was totally different. Everything is more randomized. They're not going to do the same bullshit or the same gameplay if you was to replay the game again. It could be something different every single time. Rather than have an assault rifle, this could be a sniper rifle. Rather than this position, it could be in a different location. So I appreciate what Arkane is trying to do. The thing is, yes, they have problems in this game, performance, right? AI. We can obviously clearly see that. But thus far, I mean, playing it on PC on Game Pass, and I don't have a crash. I never had a crash one time playing this by myself. I mean, yes, you see like texture pop in and stuff like that. And I already showed you and proved you the point where I think a lot of these reviewers are blowing this up just to get clicks and views and whatever, to say, oh my god, this is like the worst game ever. I don't understand. Like, I don't see how this is fucking worse. I'm just like literally taking my time and I'm enjoying myself. This is the type of game for gamers that are maybe in the older demographic, that's not about like this run and gun mentality and this whole like Destiny bullshit. This is more towards gamers, like, if you know, like, you're mostly like, I take my time and I relax and I'm just want to enjoy it and explore the world and look around, I think you're going to have a great time with this game. Like, exploring, looking through shit, doing side missions and stuff, and just really just taking your time. Are you going to encounter issues and problems? Absolutely. Have I experienced like bugs and glitches in this game? Absolutely. I'm going to sit there and tell you that. But I haven't really experienced like either a crash. Mostly it just like slow down and stuff. And it depends on what you do with your settings. I think if you tweak the settings the way how it should be tweaked it for right now before they start putting out patches, I think this game is stable, a little bit more stable, and you could play the game and enjoy yourself until more patches come along. So, other than that, I'm not excusing the game. I'm not sitting here saying, "Oh, this is like, whatever." I'm not excusing that. It is unacceptable that the game came in this type of state, but it's not to the point where it's like this is like the worst game you ever played in your life. I think, to me, they blowing it out of proportion. The worst game you can ever play in your life during the time was Cyberpunk 2077 on both consoles between current and last gen. On Cyberpunk 2077, that was so unplayable and so broken that there was no point of you even trying to boot up the game to play it. Like, at that point, when I saw that, and even when I've seen gameplay of that, it made me realize that I need to go get me a PC. I can't fuck around with a console. I need hardware to actually, like, to do the job, to play the game, and to get that full experience, to get that 60 FPS, to get better performance. Like, again, this game coming out at this state is more of an optimized issue. This is a developer team that needs to learn how to optimize the game. And Redfall is not the end all be all. Like, don't think of Redfall like, oh, Redfall is yes, it is a broken game. There is issues, there's problems, right? And I guarantee you it's mostly be on the consoles than you would on PC. So far on PC, playing a single player with the graphic cards that I have and the CPU, like I not having an issue on the PC, but in terms of consoles, I'm pretty sure you'll probably have way more issues on the console than it is on the PC. Like, PC is okay, but you're still gonna run into issues and frame rates popping and stuff like that. It's just gonna be even worse on the console. So if you are playing this on console, I suggest no, don't do that. It's not worth it. If you want to give this a try, I will suggest playing it on a PC with the settings that I already showed you from the beginning, and playing it like that and playing it by yourself. I think you have a better time than you would trying to play with friends and other shit. But that's only like the type of gamer you are. Like, for me, I'm lone wolf. I play it by myself. I don't need somebody with me. So I take my time and experience the game and really look around and explore and shit. I'm enjoying myself. I don't really have an issue or a problem. Like, again, if you are expecting like this is a Arkane game through and through, that's not the case. If we was talking about Dishonored, there's certain expectations for that. But if they already told me that it's a looter shooter, it's going to be running at 30 FPS on console, that lets me know that they're going to have problems and issues already. And it should let the audience know. Like, again, I'm an older gamer. I'm in my 30s going into 31. So I've been playing games for a while. Okay, I'm not I used to be, like, a long time ago, day one, buy this game day one. Now I'm the type of gamer where I'm like, I don't buy shit day one. I'm looking for deals. I'm looking for a good value. Hey, Game Pass is $15. I'm getting a good experience on PC rather than on consoles. That's the type of gamer I am. I move the fuck on and I go with something better than trying to play a game experience something worse. And again, it's not just Xbox alone. It's also PlayStation 2. They need to be held accountable. Not just for PC ports, but even games in the past that probably didn't land well or didn't do so well, right? You see how that ended up to be, right? Remember Days Gone? Days Gone wasn't the best game came out on the PlayStation 4 platform. It had technical issues and problems, but the game was still pretty much playable, right? It probably need like 2 to 3, 4, whatever patches, but the game was still kind of playable and people were still playing it and enjoying it. Yes, people got frustrated, but it wasn't the end of the world. And you could see what happened to Days Gone. They're not making another sequel. Luckily, that studio didn't close or fold down, right? But you're not going to get another sequel of Days Gone, which is sad. You know what I'm saying? But luckily they fixed it towards a state where you able to play it rather than having that game to be abandoned and say, we're not going to fix it. We're not going to do anything about it. We're just going to put out one little patch and that's it. You know what I'm saying? So I got to give credit where credit is due, but it is sad that you're not going to get that next sequel, right? Just like how Drive Club, right? Remember Drive Club? How that was on the PlayStation 4? We all thought, hey, they're going to put out a new racing game instead of GT7. What happened to Drive Club? Right? That's it. Done. It hasn't even been around for a long time. Drive Club was here and then gone. You can't even play it on your next generation console. Imagine if Drive Club was right now on your next generation console with a patch of 60 FPS. I guarantee you a lot of people will take a break from GT7 and jump into Drive Club every now and then, or even more times than GT7. And that's the problem here, that these games come out fucking broken and we're not sending a clear message. The message here is stop being a early adopter. Stop buying games day one. Don't waste your money and spending games day one. Okay? That's how we can send a clear message to them that we're not going to put up with that type of bullshit. Right? Just like how I'm doing with Xbox. I'm not buying $70 games day one if it's not worth it for me. Okay? Just like I did with Forza Horizon 5. I didn't buy Forza Horizon 5 day one. I didn't buy it. I know that game is fantastic and is great, but I hold myself accountable and I'm not buying games day one. I'm not doing it. Okay? I played the game on Game Pass. It's only $15. If I like the game and I'm enjoying the game, I brought the game later on. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with Atomic Heart. As much as I love the BioShock, like kind of like the BioShock vibe or the BioShock series, I don't go and run and buy shit day one. I didn't even brought Atomic Heart day one. As much as I like that game and it looks interesting and it's fucking cool, let me tell you something. That shit had a lot of fucking problems. Okay? It wasn't running like the best ever. There was some patches and shit that needed to be fixed and glitches just as much. I think it's even just as much even this game needs it. This game probably needs it, yes. But is it to the extent what Mudfish has to do with Atomic Heart? Nowhere near that. That shit was problems, glitches, losing save data, getting stuck somewhere, guns in the load, text. It was some fucking issues. It was some problems. Right? Gotta be held accountable. Even if it was their first game, I'm holding that to the same standard. Whether they're a new studio making a first game for the first time, or even a studio that's well known for even Arkane. I'm not buying games day one. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, my best advice, if you got this on Game Pass, you want to give it a try, I suggest give it a try on Game Pass. It's only $15. And on top of that, if you don't like the game and you don't want to play it, you're not wasting $70 fucking dollars. It's $15 per month. And you can play something else. There's no gun to your head. You have to purchase this game. You gotta finish. If you don't like the game, you can uninstall it. If you like the game just as much as I do, and you can see the core value, and you can see that if you play the right way. Don't play it like a Destiny game. This is not a Destiny game. Okay? Vampires is just not going to reappear in front of you. You got to fight all these enemies. And then the next block, you got to do the same shit. Then the next block, you got to do the same shit. It is not like that. Enemies and certain things will randomize in this game, in that world. You're not going to play the same mission how you was playing before. Yes, the events will play out the same way, but the encounters are going to be different. Just to let you guys know. Okay? Just throwing it out there to you. Certain things will be there, certain things will change. The supply drop might be in different locations. So there is some randomness to it, which I do appreciate. And again, we already talked about the known issues on here. I think we already covered it. We see it in the gameplay. But I don't see this game being terribly bad. Maybe on consoles, if they're reviewing it on consoles, you're probably going to have a much worse review on the consoles than you would on PC. PC is okay, but it still needs a lot of work. Thus far, I haven't experienced a crash. I haven't experienced like, you know, whatever. I don't know, because maybe these reviewers didn't get the day one patch. So, and even if they did get the day one patch, they probably will still say the same things, like certain things didn't work, texture load in. But in terms of graphics, I totally understand this is not next generation graphics and all this stuff. I like it for what it is. I like the style, what they're going for. I'm not expecting Arkane to make a God of War series. You know what I'm saying? I want Arkane to be Arkane. I want Arkane to make their own style. I don't want them to be like a carbon copy like PlayStation. PlayStation has their own shit. I want them to be their own thing. But PlayStation also has issues too, because they don't got first-person shooter games. They don't got first-person RPG games. And they don't got no multiplayer games on that platform. So they don't got nothing right now. So you can sit here and sing high praises about God of War, Spider-Man. That's all great. That's all cool. Nothing wrong with that. You love those games, go and play it. I think they're great. However, you got to look at flaws too. And that's their flaw. Xbox, on the other hand, is trying to sit there and say, hey, we want to do things different. We want to have different variety of games. We don't want to be just a carbon copy of PlayStation. Nintendo is not even doing that. Let's make that perfectly clear. Nintendo is not a carbon copy of PlayStation. Nintendo is its own thing. Nintendo is targeting family and kids. They are not really targeting adults. Adults is just a bonus to them. You're just a bonus. You are not the main prize. Let's just make that perfectly fucking clear. Because let me tell you something. That's why they still got franchises like, again, Mario. They got this. Yes, they're introducing maybe new original IP like Splatoon and other things, right? And I appreciate that from Nintendo. They're trying to at least spice it up a little bit, maybe do something a bit more different. But overall, like again, Nintendo is targeting family and kids. They're not targeting an adult. They're not targeting you in your 30s or in your 25s or 20s. They're not targeting you. They're targeting family and kids. You are just a bonus. That's all you are. You're just a bonus. Okay? PlayStation is targeting people that want that cinematic gameplay experience. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people call them walking simulators, but it's still a good game overall. But that's what, Sony and Jim Ryan is targeting. More cinematic blockbuster experience. What's Microsoft doing? Microsoft is targeting the bigger demographic. So they're putting their stuff everywhere in a affordable price. And they're going to have stuff on Game Pass that are really great. And they're going to have something on Game Pass that you do not want to play or you do not like. It is what it is. Microsoft is targeting people that's more towards like open with variety. Here's a shooter game. Here's a platformer game. Here's a AA game. Here's a AAA game. Here's experimental game. Here's something that you might like to download, and here's a game that they put out or might make a deal, and it may not blow up in everybody's face, and they might say, "Oh, I don't like this game. I don't want to play this." You know what I'm saying? Like, again, they put in Goat Simulator. Okay, I never played Goat Simulator. It might be a cool game for y'all, but for me, it's stupid. I don't want to play a Goat Simulator. Nothing wrong with that. The game is not bad. For some people out there, they're like, I don't want to play that shit. For others, they say, fuck it. It's fun. It's stupid. Hey, if it works, it works, and it's a great game for you. No issue, right? No harm, no foul. It is what it is. They're targeting indie devs. Like, they got more indie games support on the Xbox platform than they would on PlayStation. Okay? PlayStation is targeting a brand name. Xbox is targeting more open demographic, more people to join in an affordable price. They're doing two different things. They're not playing the same ball here. So let me just make that perfectly fucking clear. That's what they're doing. PlayStation is doing this, Xbox is doing this, and Nintendo is doing its own thing. So, once I got that cleared up, this game, like, again, if you see the gameplay, you see what I'm talking about, and if it's something that you do not want to play, I got no qualms with that. No qualms. You don't have to play this game. Is it worth $70? Again, it does not worth $70. It does not warrant it. And again, the only way you're going to make all of these developers and making it clear, like, again, like Jedi Fallen Order came out and it was a buggy performance across all platforms. Nobody was talking about that. This game was claimed that this game was so bad it was unplayable broken, but maybe you have a bad time on the consoles, but so far on the PC, what I experienced, I had no issues, no crashes. I might get dips and stuff like that in terms of frame rate and stuff. Okay, I can totally see that. Texture popping and stuff. I see that AI needs fucking work, for sure. But the world and the environment, I don't really see that being an issue. I'm enjoying myself, so I don't fucking know. I really don't know what I could tell you. But again, I'm not trying to convince you. I'm not trying to damage control. I'm just giving you straightforward, like, it is what it is. This is what the game is. And I'm just playing it the way how I'm just going to play it, where I'm just taking my time. I'm not trying to rush to point A to point B. You know, it is a Far Cry game through and through, but it's a little bit less than a Far Cry game. But it's not to the point where it's like it's completely broken or is unplayable like Cyberpunk. I think it's still able to boot up and you can still play it and enjoy it, but you know, I suggest personally play it on the PC rather than the console. That's just my own opinion. But other than that, those are my thoughts, and those are some of the good and bad things about Redfall. Can this game could be saved? Absolutely. I think all they just need is probably like a few patches, a few things in here. In the menu system and stuff, and you know, again, AI and stuff like that, you know, pop-ins and stuff, performance, and I think it's going to be a great game. It really is enjoyable. I know it's not next generation gaming and all that stuff, and I totally understand that. I get that. I hold PlayStation to that standard. You know, if I'm expecting next generation gaming, that's another topic for another time, but real quick, I will hold PlayStation to that standard. For Xbox, I'm more towards like what games are they trying to put out and try to build up towards that next generation, because they still got a long way to go. They're not fully there yet in terms of PlayStation level. They still got ways to go, but they are trying to make some type of improvement. They're trying to get up there, but they're trying to make it more open, more affordable for demographic people. They're not just trying to lock it in just a console, which I do appreciate, you know, because, like, again, I moved away from consoles. I'm on PC now, And if this game was on the console right now, I personally wouldn't even bother going out, running out, getting it. Even as much as I play more Xbox than I would on PlayStation during the years of my life, I will never just run out and just get this get a console and just go play Redfall. There's no way in hell. You know, I will be playing something else. But yeah, I don't know. Let me know, you guys, what you think about it. You know, again, I'm keeping it fair. I'm looking at the game, I'm playing it. I'm just seeing for what it is. And that's all I can really say. So let me know in the comment section down below. What do you guys think? Have you played the game? Are you enjoying it? Are you like maybe changing it up in a different gameplay style? You know, let me know in the comment section. I like to hear your opinions and stuff like that. And until next time, I'll probably see you guys on the next video. And I will probably still be continuing on playing this. So if you do want to see more Redfall, like gameplay and stuff, or a Let's Play video, let me know. I'll definitely don't mind playing it. I mean, knowing the state that is in now, I can deal with it. It's not like, oh my god, like I'm about to, you know, whatever. But I can do it without a problem. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.